So you don't work at an accounting firm and you want to be a CPA. In today's session, we will go over the practical experience reporting requirements, the industry progression of the career, a list of pre-approved route offices, how to complete the self-assessment tool. We'll also go over the experience verification route and how you can get started in your studies, even if you're not in a current relevant role. So while working in an accounting role is not a requirement for the CPA program, we will go over the importance of working in a relevant role later while you study and how that can assist you and put you further into the program. We'll also discuss how to get started on working in an accounting or even a finance role to obtain the relevant work experience required to become a CPA. So for those who are currently in the CPA program or are registered with the Professional Education Program, you may not know if you're eligible for the practical work experience component or how to get started. So first, I want to take you through the understanding of the progression by looking at the transition to working into the industry of your progression. So this is going to look different for each and every one of you. You're going to start your career in accounting or industry or the finance industry. You may have a specific preference for what sector interests you the most. So, you may want to obtain a career in the public sector, or maybe the industry sector may interest you most. Either way, you are able to obtain work experience in both sectors while you study. So for example, in the more industry sector, you may start off as you transition to the industry as an accounting clerk. And as you progress through the program and as you, go through your work experience, you will climb the corporate ladder and become, a corporate controller. You could even become a CEO of your own organization. However, on the other hand, if you're more interested in the public sector, you may start off your career journey into the industry as a junior auditor. You will work your way up the ranks of the corporate ladder as you go through the program to, an assurance supervisor. You could even become the chief financial officer of your organization. Either way, you have a lot of areas to climb the corporate ladder once you start the profession. You'll be eligible for promotions and raises, and then you can land that career that you want. So the idea of progression of the future CPA is embedded in the required competencies. So at the start of your practical term, work is largely confined to retrieving and comprehending information. So as further experience is gained throughout the sector that you work in as you study, it begins to develop into analysis. And then by the end of the practical term, the ability to make those effective decisions and problem solve, as well as take on increasingly complex and less routine work. So as you can see here, in both sectors, you do have that ability to make those massive and life-changing career moves through your work experience. So now I'm going to take you through the technical competency areas in your journey. Future CPAs must develop both a technical and enabling competencies through their term of qualifying practical experience. The technical competencies do fall into 6 areas in accordance to the 4 requirements: core, depth, breadth, and progression, which we just discussed. The 6 competency areas are as follows: financial reporting, management accounting, strategy and governance, taxation, finance, and audit and insurance. Well, it is known that most will cover the core competencies in the financial reporting and management accounting areas. However, for candidates that are working in the industry sector or plan on to be working in the industry sector, you will typically gain your depth of knowledge in the strategy and governance or even the finance area. So to complete the practical experience requirements, individuals must be able to meet the technical competency criteria of the core, depth, and breadth, progression, duration, supervision, and enabling competencies must also be met in order for you to become a CPA. So there are multiple ways to meet the practical work experience components, and this part of the program is going to look different for each and every one of you. Regardless of which area that you choose, you still need to acquire the 30 months of total experience. Now, you can apply up to 12 months of prior work experience. So for those, who are currently working in the industry already, or you may have completed work terms through your co-op degree. If this is the case, this may be a possibility for you. And that part is assessed once you are registered and approved for the professional education program and start of Core 1 with the practical experience reporting tool. And you do have up to 7 years to complete the total 30 months of required practical work experience if needed. There are two routes, the pre-approved route as well as the experience verification route that you can take to get your total 30 months of required practical work experience. It is known that CPA students or candidates can gain experience through either route or through a combination of both, which we will discuss in a little bit more detail in just a moment. So once you are in the professional education program, you will be then introduced to the practical experience reporting self-assessment tool by our practical experience team. This tool is intended to assist individuals in determining, whether their job is relevant towards meeting the CPA practical experience requirements. And this tool also helps you to identify which self-competencies you expect to develop in your role. And it does allow you to, select the proficiency level that you expect to achieve as you work through the profession. There are 3 key reporting and assessment areas that future CPAs need to be aware of during their practical experience term. The first is register. You need to register your employment with your respective provincial and regional body when you start your employment. This may also be required for you when you change employment or even the program from different regions. The second is record. You must record the details of your gained experience. So that is with your employer, your position, your duration, and your duties. And the last is self-assess. You need to self-assess your level of proficiency at least semi-annually. So at certain milestones of the provincial or regional body, they will assess you for purposes, of approval or the experience that you have obtained. Future CPAs are required to capture all of the practical experience in the profession's online practical experience reporting tool. Experience reports will capture the nature and duration of your experience. The experience route that you pick, so it could be your pre-approved or your experience verification route, will also do the assessment of the experience and time away from work. So your practical experience reporting tool is also accessible by future CPAs and by CPA mentors, supervisors, pre-approved program leaders, as well as the profession. Your CPA mentor will assess your report to help them to prepare for meetings and to assist you through the program. So the first route that I want to discuss in more detail is the pre-approved route, or the PPR. The provincial or regional body will work closely with the office or organization to prepare your applications for approval and to ensure the appropriateness of the program. The assessment of the experience is done once you enter the professional education program. And as a result of being a part of a PPR route, less documentation will be required from CPA students or candidates as they work in these programs. The second route is the experience verification route, or the EVR. This experience verification route does require the CPA students or candidates to obtain and demonstrate that they have developed the necessary competencies. They are required to complete the detailed practical experience report that the profession assess in the depth throughout the period of their practical experience component. So now, as you can see on your screen, we do have a complete list of PPR organizations as well as some EVR organizations where you can certainly obtain your total work experience. So this is just a showcase of, PPR and EVR companies in different sectors and industries with, a heavy focus on the Atlantic regions, of course, and above that. So these organizations and roles within these organizations that you see on your screen right now go beyond just these. You can get them through any organization that, besides the ones that you see on your screen. You are able to get the required work experience in any organization that either will support you, they will, help you find a CPA mentor or be a CPA mentor, and they will help you within the necessary competency areas for you to report and finish your CPA designation. And you can find a list of these active PPR offices on our website, which can also be used as a tool for those who may want to start their job hunt as they progress through their CPA journey. Because you do know that these organizations will support you and help you through your program. Also, again, putting your eligibility on your resume or cover letter will also open up to new employment opportunities in this profession and industry, as they are able to see that you are able to start your CPA studies and are enrolled within our program. You can also go on our website to see current job openings from your specific region and above that, which is also a good aid for your job search as you start your new career in the accounting or finance industry. So with that being said, what are your next steps? You need to start your registration. Get started and complete the self-assessment tool. Once you have entered the CPA Professional Education Program, you'll then be able to complete the self-assessment tool to see if you can report any prior work experience, or if your current position or organization can help support you through your CPA program. Connect with us. Reach out to your regional student recruitment advisor or the practical work experience team to discuss your situation and work background. We can help you and assist you to ensure that you're able to acquire the practical work experience needed to help you graduate from the program and become an official CPA. So again, folks, we do have an entire practical experience team that can help you specifically with your unique situation and employment history. So thank you all so much for joining us today, and we can assist you with any questions that you may have at this time.